All right, for this problem number 3 here, we have we're going to show you the process to calculate the specific heat for a metal. And for this, we're going to use this property. So in a contained system where we don't have any heat leaking out, the Q of the metal is equal to minus Q of the water. So we're assuming that all of the heat that leaves the metal goes into the water. And so what we have to do is come up with the Q for each and then set them equal to each other. So the mass of the metal, the specific heat of the metal, this is going to be our unknown, the final temperature, and then the initial temperature of the metal. Okay, and we'll go and find all those pieces. The mass of the water, the specific heat of the water, the final temperature, and then the initial temperature of the water. Okay, and we'll set these two columns equal to each other with making sure that we put a minus sign in. So the mass of my metal is 30.5 grams. The metal was initially at 180 degrees C. It was placed in 184 grams of water, and that water was initially at 22.3 degrees C. The heat of the water is given, and the final temperature of the system is given. So heat transfers until they both are at exactly the same temperature, and then the process is done. And I'll put that in as an X. Okay, so now let's get all this fed into an equation. So 30.5 times X times 27.8 minus 180 is equal to 184 times 4.184 times 27.8 minus 22.3. And now you should be able to actually see why I have to put that negative sign in there. And that's because otherwise we're going to have a situation where these two numbers, this difference is negative, this difference is positive, and so we would have a negative number equal to a positive number, and that is not going to work. And so I need to make sure to put my negative sign in there. All right, now this top part, I'm going to do 30.5 times parenthesis 27.8 minus 180, close parentheses. Okay, since it is multiplication, I can do this in any order. And from that work, I get minus 42.1x. And then all of this is just math, no algebra down here. So I'm going to do minus 1 times 184 times 4.184 times parentheses 27.8 times 22.3 close parentheses equals, this equals minus 477,264.5 seems just a factor too big. Let's put that back in and see what I get. 184, 4.184. Oh, yep. That looks better. Okay. Minus 4234.2. And so I have a minus here and a minus here. X is going to be equal to minus 4234.2 over minus 4642.1. .91. I would have units of joules, grams, degrees C.